What if I told you that he wasn't Chris Farley? That instead of the
Oh,
great Miss Comedian, he was a boy who spent his time trying to get tweeted by a former NBA star? What if I told you that he wasn't Adam Sandler? That one of the most iconic comedic film stars was actually just a boy who pulled his groin a lot playing college club sports? And what if I told you that the once respectable form of sports talk was ruined by two white kids from Ohio? And what if I told you that that garbage content is back for more? ESPN 30 for 30 presents The Brown Mamba Show, Episode 8. A visual to the downfall of human decency. Let's start this thing.
wow. That was a journey. That was a journey.
Hey man, that was just as bad as your mesothelioma intro. So,
That's fair.
all right, Matt. So we're back for
But we're back.
episode 8.
We're freaking back.
We're-
Check.
This isn't the first time we've recorded in like a month or anything.
What about?
It's been about close to a month. I don't know if anything's new with you.
No, nothing. Just I've somehow managed to not kill myself. It's a miracle. I don't know how I do it.
Okay. I managed to get a full-time job somehow, so that was a mistake.
What?
Yeah.
What? Where do you work? Like Walgreens?
CVS. Thank you very much.
Well, he did not tell me this, and I was really
No, that's
close
a
for
joke.
no
You
reason.
that's a joke, you moron.
Oh. I could see you at a Walgreens though. Were you?
No.
Okay.
I work for a public entity. That's what I work for a public entity.
He works for the Senate.
Yes. Yes.
The Senate. It's confirmed.
Okay. All right. So Matt,
All assassination inquiries, please email me.
email thebrownmambashow@gmail.com.
Yes.
Or tweet the
Serious inquiries only.
show. Serious inquiries only.
Serious inquiry. Yeah.
All
Someone's
right.
dying.
So
is what
Matt,
I'm trying to say.
Matt,
All right.
since we've talked last in the NFL,
Yes.
Kirk Cousins suddenly becomes a MVP.
I don't freaking know.
Dak Prescott continues to show that if he plays good teams, he's not as good. And then Bill Belichick continues to show that he's the greatest head coach of all time. And, you as a Packers fan and me as a Browns fan, you think of Vince Lombardi and Paul Brown. Belichick's
Right.
obviously just so ahead of what they did against the Jets.
Oh yeah.
That defense is ridiculous.
It's freaking crazy.
That defense is better than the 2001, 2002 Ravens or whatever that won the Super Bowl.
Oh boy.
They're going to carry.
Oh boy. We're
they're
jumping to conclusions, folks.
They're going to carry Brady to probably another Super Bowl. Because let's pull up the stats, Matt, because we always talk about
Incoming Brady slander. I can feel it.
we always talk about if Brady's a dink or dunk or
Listen, no. I have confirmed that Brady can't throw more than freaking 15 yards down the field, but you know what? That guy's a mastermind, all right?
Is he a mastermind for throwing?
Yes.
For throwing?
Yes.
For
For always throwing off the defense, they're never knowing what Brady's going to do. Yes.
5.5 yards per attempt. Wow, what a mastermind he surely is.
Wide open every time.
Wide open every time because of the play calling.
Well,
that
then why
Belichick,
doesn't every other quarterback do that? Why doesn't Baker Mayfield do that?
They should. It works.
Then why don't they?
Because the Patriots have a good coaching staff.
Every team can just dink and dunk, and it's just the law in the NFL. You're not allowed to cover running backs.
Listen, man, when you have just an abhorrent offensive line and a second-year quarterback that's really struggling, you just have to go deep every single time. You just have to do it. It's one of those things that
the Patriots' offensive line isn't that good this year. It's
which is why they should dink and dunk.
They've been doing that every freaking year, my dude.
Exactly.
You don't think the defense is like, hey, I think we should stop this.
Listen, all I'm saying, if I was a defensive coordinator,
unstoppable.
If I was a defensive coordinator,
adjust every single time, and you can't stop it.
You would only make Brady throw 15 yards or more.
That would be ideal, but no one in the how long has he been in the league? 20 years has figured out how to do it.
All I'm saying is that I'm pretty good at Madden, so I think that I think if I had that Madden playbook out, I usually play off the Saints defense. The Saints defense and offense is my usual playbook I go with. I think I can mess with some things there. I think I could call. I think I could call a good Browns game too.
I'd say I'd take your word for it, but I'd be lying.
Four verts every single time. All right.
Yeah, just go deep or go home, bro.
Yep, every time. All right. You have anything you want to talk about the NFL? Anything specific? Your Packers.
Yes.
Look good?
Oh yes, Packers. First of all, holy cow, Aaron Rodgers is finally awoken, and everyone better be scared. All right. And I don't know. We play the Chiefs Sunday night this week. I don't know if Mahomes is playing or not. What did he dislocate his knee or something? I don't freaking know, but it's good. I'm guaranteeing a Packers W with a banged up Mahomes or a Matt Moore. Packers are walking away with a W. All right, and we're walking away with that Lombardi Trophy.
I think so.
All right, it's not up for debate.
Jamal Williams has shown up big time for you guys too. Especially since Aaron Jones has been like hit or miss these past couple games, but Jamal Williams has shown up. That's an awesome dynamic duo that you got. And then what did you say about Devontae Adams? Is he back or?
He's questionable as far as I know this week. I don't know. You don't want to mess with turf toe. You don't want to rush him back because especially if you're a wide receiver and just a route runner as dynamic as Devontae Adams, you don't want to mess him up. So, and clearly we're doing fine without him. So
yeah, I think so.
But I mean, I'd still love to have Devontae back. He's still one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Also, Brandon Weeden needs to be back in the NFL, but no one's willing to give him a chance. Everyone's talking about Colin Kaepernick.
I was about to say, it goes Brandon Weeden.
What about Brandon Weeden?
Colin Kaepernick.
What about Brandon Weeden?
Cardale Jones.
It's a little quizzical for me. I don't know.
Besides that, in the NFL, the other thing I want to talk about is Matt. I'm losing faith in the
You're losing faith
in the playoff Lions.
In the Browns.
In the playoff Lions.
Oh, the playoff Lions.
Not only
Kerryon Johnson.
Not only are they also last place in the division. Now, granted, it's a competitive division, and every single one of their games have been close.
We're not going to talk. Okay, all right, Lions fans, hi. You got boned against the Packers. You got boned, all right?
Yeah,
I admit it.
Oh yeah,
but quit freaking crying. Don't act like the refs have been your problem. That's been holding you back from a Super Bowl and success. All right, let's relax, Lions fans. All right, they took one win away from you. They didn't take a Super Bowl away from you.
They also just traded Quandre Diggs for a 5th-round pick to Seattle.
They did.
And Quandre Diggs, he isn't like an all-star safety, but he's a very solid defensive back. And they just traded Seattle, which Seattle just got so much better. I've still been on the I'm doubting Seattle train, even though I'm pretty sure they're undefeated, right? Or no. Ravens just beat them. Oh, they have 2 losses?
They had a loss before that, too.
Okay, that's right. But yeah, I mean, Seahawks are still playing good football. I'm still on the doubting train. Same with the Niners. I don't think the Niners are this good, even though they just traded for Emmanuel Sanders.
That's a good pickup for them.
That is a good pickup. It was cheap too. What, a 3rd and a 4th for Emmanuel Sanders and a 5th?
5th.
Yeah.
Sanders still has a few good years in him.
Mm-hmm. And because who's he lined up against now? He's lined up against Dante Pettis,
Kittle's a solid tight end.
Kittle's a solid tight end, and then Breida and Tevin Coleman.
Tevin Coleman, yeah, that's a solid 2 backs.
Mm-hmm. But the problem is Jimmy Garoppolo isn't a good quarterback.
He hasn't shown me anything this year.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything that
he's looked fine.
That he deserves $150 million contract, but he's been okay. They're 6-0, so obviously he hasn't been abhorrent, but that defense.
Niners fans, you found your new Alex Smith. All right, congratulations.
That's basically what he is right now.
Your new game manager.
Yeah, I really don't want to talk about the Browns. They're making me really mad.
Dear God.
I don't know if the offense is too much of Todd Monken calling and not enough Freddie Kitchens, or not enough Freddie Kitchens calling and too much Freddie
calling's awful.
It's horrible.
All right. It's awful.
But Browns are making me really mad. And I don't know. I don't want to talk about
They
them.
play the Patriots this week, and then their schedule gets pretty easy for the rest of the season.
I'm,
So I wouldn't lose hope yet.
I'm predicting a close
But
game. They're going into Foxborough. I think they're
right.
going to lose, but I'm going to guess like a 35 to 28 game or something like that. It's going to be within
Well,
one
the Browns
score.
had a whole bye week,
Hmm.
and the Patriots they just had a Monday night game, so they have a shorter week to prepare. So
Browns are getting a bunch of key pieces back too, but yeah,
I mean, the Browns have pieces to keep up with great teams. It's just
yeah, they
they
lost
got to figure it
pieces.
out.
They lost pieces, but they have so many good pieces that what they've shown these
Right.
past what is it? We're in week 7 now. What they've shown these past 6 weeks that they've played has been just absolute garbage. So there's no excuse.
They need to stop abandoning the run. Nick Chubb is a monster, and they need to quit abandoning him. All right,
I think
give Nick Chubb carries.
I think we look at how good this team is, and you expect them to be good right away, and people are blaming Freddie Kitchens, and Freddie Kitchens obviously deserves a bunch of blame. But we always talk
Yeah.
about rookie mistakes when it comes to players. The same thing applies with coaches. Freddie Kitchens is making a bunch of rookie mistakes right now, and that's something as we Browns fans
Yep.
gotta kind of have to realize is, coaches aren't immune to that. They're making rookie mistakes as well. I still don't know if Freddie Kitchens is a guy. I have a lot of faith in him. Every single player that's ever played for him says they really like him. To be fair,
Yeah.
a lot of players said the same thing about Hugh Jackson. So I don't know.
You gotta give him more than 1 year. How about
Exactly.
That? Can we
Yeah,
give
I'm
him
not-
more than 1 year
I'm not
before
worried.
we ask for him to get fired?
The 8 games that they played last year and the flashes that I've seen from this team this year, I'm not ready to give up Freddie Kitchens whatsoever, like some Browns fans are.
Right.
But those are probably
Yeah.
the same Browns fans that want to trade a second round pick from Ryan Mallett. So, I don't know if you have anything else you want to talk
One
about.
shot, folks.
I don't think if you want anything.
I got nothing.
All right.
Packers, Whedon. I checked all my boxes.
Okay. Quickly into Matt's favorite sport, NCAA football.
Oh God. Listen, I don't hate college football. It's just overrated as frick. All right. And I'll
God,
stick by that.
Can't stand you.
It's such a bad take. Shut up, dude.
Can't stand
Holy cow.
So
Oh, I'm gonna punch you next time I see you.
I dare you. So Tua just went down right in time for their LSU game. So Joey Burrow versus whoever Alabama's backup quarterback is. Joey Burrow's probably the front runner for the Heisman now. I think Justin Fields is still going to win it. I think Burrow's going to have one or two.
Oh.
The thing with the Heisman is it's just so vital. It's more vital than your position standing in the NCAA football. You could have one bad game and be completely out of the race. I think Burrow's going to have a bad game eventually. It might be against Alabama. I just think that Justin Fields and Ohio State's just so much more well-rounded than LSU. Tua's hurt, so that's putting him deeper, far down in the race. Jalen Hurts is always a question mark at Oklahoma, even though him and Lincoln Riley look great. And then Jonathan Taylor, he's one bad game away. I don't know if a running back's going to win it with this stacked QB class. And then Trevor Lawrence, I think Clemson's a fraud, and everybody kind of realizes it, so they're not going to give it to him either.
Yeah, Colin Cowherd freaking overreacting after the national championship game, calling Trevor Lawrence like the greatest quarterback prospect ever. Like, relax, my dude.
Yeah, like I mean, he's good. He's only a sophomore.
Yeah.
He's only going to get better, but
Right.
like that Clemson team's a fraud, and Lawrence isn't obviously playing to the caliber that he could be playing. I think I still like Trevor Lawrence. I think he's going to be a solid NFL quarterback as long as he develops. He's got the build for it.
Yeah.
He's got all the tools to do it. But
He's got the hair.
He's got the hair to be a Mets pitcher. But yeah,
Trevor DeGrom.
but right, I don't know if you follow it enough right now, but I let me look at the AP poll, because the AP poll is kind of different than what everybody's saying.
Sure.
Bama's
LSU's 2, Ohio State's 3.
Yes. So it goes Bama, LSU, Ohio State, Clemson, Oklahoma. I have all of those besides
That's fair.
Clemson. I have all those guys besides Clemson in my top 5. I think so. My top 5 personally goes Ohio State, Alabama, LSU, Oklahoma, Penn State. I think Penn State is probably the most overlooked team this year. They're playing awesome football. Penn State and Ohio State's the game. Is the game to play this year. Everybody thought it was going to be Ohio State, Wisconsin, but that Penn State Ohio State game, luckily it's in Columbus this year instead of a whiteout at Penn State, because whiteouts at Penn State are probably the most intimidating environment.
Oh God, you put on that white T-shirt and that really messes
Dude,
you up.
Nighttime in Happy Valley is has to be one of the most intimidating places a college player can go into. I hate you so
Yeah, for
much.
sure,
I
dude.
hate you so much.
Oh, I
Do you have
like
do you have
making
a
you
top
mad.
5 team you want to rank?
No, dude, I don't follow college enough to do that. All I can say is Wisconsin fell for the trap game hard. Holy cow. They were
Yeah.
so focused on Ohio State, and they,
Mm-hmm. They
what the
just
heck?
completely blew it to Illinois. Yeah.
Everyone
I've
was worried about Ohio State versus Northwestern. They freaking bopped them, and then Wisconsin didn't hold up their end of the deal.
I've been there as an Ohio State fan many times. You know, last year they lost to Purdue while looking forward and
Purdue.
being like, well, we got this huge Michigan game coming up. Before that, you know, it was Iowa, and it was like, oh yeah, we have this huge Michigan game coming up. I think Ryan Day
Mm-hmm.
has kind of done a lot better than what Urban Meyer was doing these past couple years, which is ridiculous to think about because Urban Meyer is probably one of the top 5 coaches
Right.
in college football history, and
Oh,
I don't see. People can make an argument for number one. I think Saban takes number one, but people can make an argument for number one for Urban. But he has to be top 5 in history. But no, Ryan Day has done an incredible job, and that Buckeyes
I
team
think
is
we
lucky.
gotta throw we gotta throw Harbaugh in the conversation, and then throw him right back out. That's what I would do. I would put his name in there just to tease Michigan fans, and then we can just throw him out
I hope Michigan offers him a
because
lifetime
that's pretty much
contract.
what happens to Michigan every year.
I just hope that Michigan offers him a lifetime contract, and then he makes Brady Hoke his assistant coach. Same Brady Hoke, who's the last guy to beat Ohio State, but that was a Luke Fickell led team with Braxton Miller as your freshman quarterback. So it's been a while.
It's fine. It's fine. I think we've done pretty well since then.
Yeah, they've done okay. So is Michigan. They beat Army. They've done pretty good for
They
themselves too.
beat Army in double overtime. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it.
You know that triple option. It just gets you every time. It just gets you.
That zero. I don't know how they stopped that zero passing game that Army had. It was.
When you can beat a team that has 5 passing attempts going into the overtime, you know, I don't know what to tell you. That means you must be a very good team.
Michigan. I mean, that should automatically put them in the top 2.
Yeah,
I don't know.
top 2, and they're not number 2. Um, all right. So quickly, last night the Nationals beat the Astros in Game 1 of the World Series. It was an awesome
Oh, wow.
game. Garrett Cole looked like he was a human for the first time in months. He had a 19-game winning streak, including postseason, which is
Wasn't it since like May? His last loss wasn't like in May or something.
I believe so. I was trying to pull up the stats while we talk about that, but he's been absurd. But so the Nationals. I mean, Nationals have been crazy this year. We've talked about it before, but just watching this team without Bryce Harper on it and seeing what they can do is my favorite thing.
Beautiful.
Um,
It's beautiful.
I'm not gonna say I hate Bryce Harper because I don't hate Bryce Harper.
Nah.
He actually seems like a genuine guy outside of the baseball field.
Yeah.
He's a little bit of a whiner on the baseball field, but whatever.
Yeah.
I just all the hype around him every single year. If you take out
This is the year he turns it around.
if you take out his absurd 7-WAR season that he had, that was, I'm not going to call it an outlier, but if you take out that 7-WAR season that he had, it was his MVP season and everything, he is the same player as Jason Kipnis. So, if Jason Kipnis had
Shoot.
if Jason, they have the same exact WAR if you take out that 7-WAR season. So, if Jason Kipnis had a crazy MVP.
This is no disrespect to Jason Kipnis, by the
No,
way.
no.
All right?
Jason Kipnis is a very fine player. At one point, he looked like a franchise player who just got slowed down by injuries. I love Jason Kipnis. I hope he stays an Indian
yeah.
forever. My point is,
Yes.
if Jason Kipnis had an MVP type year added onto his career, would you give him $310 million over 10 years, Matt? Because I sure wouldn't.
If I am a stubborn Phillies fan, then yes.
Yeah.
Because Philly fans are very impatient.
Yes, if I am the Padres or the Phillies, two teams are really well known for how well they handle contracts, and two teams that are doing really good, I would definitely give them $300 million. No, it's absurd. Now, So I've always been a big Mike Trout guy, and when Trout and Harper came up at the same time, and everybody's like, "Oh, Harper's going to be the Hall of Famer, not Trout," I was always in Trout's side. Little tip of my cap. But
What?
yeah,
That was a thing?
yeah, people are always like, "Oh no, Trout's gonna be a multi-time All-Star, but Bryce Harper is going to be a Hall of Famer." That was always a thing. People, yeah, it's absurd. And I was like, always like, oh,
2012 was a wild time, man.
2012 was a wild time. And Trout, whatever. I can't say more things about Trout. Yeah, but all right, yeah. Going into the World Series, Juan Soto is probably the next biggest thing in the MLB. 20-year-old going 3 for 4 in Game 1 of the World Series, having 3 RBIs, a home run, a clutch double. He's fun to watch. Childish Bambino is one of the best nicknames an athlete has ever been given. He does a funny little shimmy in the batter's box every time a ball is thrown. I'm all about Juan Soto, and I love this Nationals team. Like if the other thing is if Yan Gomes gets a ring, I'll be more than happy. I'll be also happy if Michael Brantley.
Heck yeah.
I'll be very happy if Michael Brantley gets a ring, even though it's with the Astros.
Mm-hmm.
But this Nationals team is so likable. I mean, Trey Turner is an awesome young player. Anthony Rendon is an MVP caliber player. Adam Eaton has been a very clutch veteran in his entire career. Same with Ryan Zimmerman. Ryan Zimmerman's a career National, and he gets his was it his first at bat he got the World Series home run?
I think it was.
Yeah, a career National. He finally goes into the World Series. First career at bat in the World Series. Boom, he gets a home run. Stuff like that you just can't script. I love Max Scherzer. Max Scherzer is probably my favorite pitcher in the majors to watch. That guy's a maniac on the mound. And they also have Strasburg, who has been just so undervalued his entire career. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, it's nice to see that the Astros aren't human. So.
Yeah, I mean, even Howie Kendrick, he came up big time last
Astros
series.
aren't human. Yeah, Howie Kendrick came up.
Who else? Asdrubal Cabrera, another former Indian. Hey, welcome to the World Series, my dude. I think it's every single former Indians player in this series. Brantley never played in the World Series. Didn't play in that 2016 World Series, and Yan Gomes didn't play in that 2016 World Series, did he? I think they both missed it.
Yan Gomes missed it. Wait.
Pretty sure Brantley was out.
Did Gomes miss it? I don't think Gomes missed it.
I remember Roberto.
Mm-mm. No, Gomes did not miss it. He had a... I'm almost positive Gomes did not miss it. But Brantley missed it. Yes, he did. So,
yeah. I mean, I love Brantley. He was one of my favorite Indians.
Yeah.
I like Yan Gomes, but, I mean, Strasburg's been one of my favorite players since the whole hype of him coming out as a rookie in 2010. It's nice to see him finally staying healthy and being, I mean, I'd say a Cy Young favorite.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say he's guaranteed to win it, but he's going to be top 2, I think.
I remember teasing you in middle school for having a Strasburg jersey and calling him a bust and a scrub.
Yes.
So that's an egg on my face.
Kick rocks. 9 years later, kick rocks.
But yeah, this is going to be an exciting World Series. The Indians just the last few years have really taken me out of baseball once they've, been just disappointing, just absolute garbage kind of disgraces. But, I'm looking forward to it.
We got Carlos Santana back. That's all I need. I'm back on. All right?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this World Series. So, all right. Moving in. You have anything else you want to talk about the World Series wise?
Nah, man.
Okay, moving into
Brandon Weeden has also been blackballed from the major leagues. He should have been called up as a Yankee back in 2003. All right.
There's also a major leaguer blackballed from the major leagues. Tom Brady.
Tam.
That's all I'm saying.
It's true. I'm not hearing any false tales.
One-trick ponies, Tom Brady, a dink and dunk guy. Brandon Weeden, just lob it up to Josh Gordon and see what happens.
If Tom Brady was a pitcher, he'd only have a changeup. Here comes a changeup, and then he'd somehow strike out every single one of them.
Yeah,
I don't know how he does it.
You're right. And the occasional just like throw just right into the just about 5 inches in front of him, just the occasional throw right there.
And then he would try a fastball, and it would go right.
He would try a fastball.
Like,
the batter would crush it, and then his center fielder would make a diving grab. That's the story of Tom Brady's career. His defense always has his back.
Oh my goodness.
Uh,
All right, NBA time.
all right, NBA. All right, so last night the NBA season finally started. It's continuing going on right now, but the Clippers beat the Lakers, and who did the Pelicans play and who won that game?
The Raptors won in overtime.
Raptors beat the Pelicans, and the Pelicans look like a solid team, but to be fair, the Raptors aren't incredible.
Yeah, they lost Kawhi. All
Yeah.
right, let's stop
But
acting
to be
like,
fair, the Pelicans lost Zion, so it's basically the same player.
All right. I mean, I didn't say it. It's fine.
But yeah, so we basically did like a NBA preview, our very first podcast episode. I won't put the link in the description because I'm lazy, but but let's make our predictions for how the conferences will end up at the end of the year. Who's the MVP of the league? Who the rookie of the year is, and who the champions are. And if you have any surprise teams, feel free to give them a shout out.
I'll give it a shot, man.
All right, so who's your 1 through 8 seed in the West?
Oh boy, I'm just gonna go off the cuff here. I listed a bunch of teams. All right, are you guys ready for this? Number 1 seed, I got the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is a great defensive team. You got Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Patrick Beverley. There's 3 elite defenders.
And it looked really good against a good team last night. So.
Oh yeah, underrated scorers. You got freaking Lou Williams, who's still one of my favorite Lakers of all time, even though he only played like a season and a half with us. Let's see. They got Zubats, another former Laker. He looks like a solid big man. I just like the Clippers. All right, number 2. I'm not putting the Lakers number 2. All right, I'm not falling for this Lakers team. All right, let's go with the. I don't know who to put.
My number 1 seed is
Jazz.
My number 1 seed is also Clippers, but go ahead. Number 2.
Clippers.
Yeah.
All right, I got the Jazz number 2. Why not? Mike Conley, Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert. That's a solid big 3. That's another solid defensive team. I think they'll be a great regular season team, and then underwhelm in the playoffs. That seems like the Jazz way. Who's your number 2?
The Nuggets. I really like the Nuggets this year.
Nuggets.
They overperformed last year, and I think that there's another year under their belt, and they'll get that experience needed. So I really like the Nuggets this year.
All right. What do you got for number 3? Do you want me to go?
Number 3, I have the Warriors. I think people are kind of underrating the Warriors this year. Let's not forget that they have the best shooter of all time, and also still a very comparable player in Draymond Green, and also a very solid player in why can I not think of the other point guard, D'Angelo Russell. That's still a really good team, and I'm not counting them out, especially with Steve Kerr as their coach.
Yeah, I mean, I thought about putting the Warriors at 3, but I mean, Klay Thompson being out, they say he's not going to play for the rest of the year, so that's going to hurt. I like D'Angelo Russell. It's going to be interesting to see how he fits on this Warriors team.
Mm-hmm.
Curry, I think, is going to have a great year. Draymond Green, he's a solid player. I'm just not too sure how deep the Warriors are, so I had the Rockets at number 3. All right, you got James Harden and Russell Westbrook. That is 2 regular season freaking monsters. All right, I'm not going to make any promises about the playoffs, but the Rockets will look good in the regular season. Number 3 seed, baby.
All right, your number 4?
Number 4, let's go Lakers. I'll put the Lakers at number 4, all right?
Okay.
LeBron James is still LeBron James. He'll get his junk together. Anthony Davis, probably the best big man in the game. He'll get his junk together. We got some solid pieces. Obviously, apparently Danny Green now has the record for most points in a Lakers debut. I don't know how that happened, but it happened.
Awesome
all
pickup.
Right? So,
awesome pickup.
Thank you so much, Danny Green. They got Avery Bradley. He's a solid piece.
Mm-hmm.
Dwight Howard, I think he can be as solid if he is a backup big man to JaVale McGee. I think that's fine. Who else do the Lakers have? Quinn Cook didn't look too hot. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope didn't look too hot. I'm not too sure about those two, but it's early. I think this Lakers team's going to still be good. I got them at a 4 seed.
Sure. My 4 seed is the Utah Jazz, so you already hit over them. I really like the Jazz this year. I really like what they're doing, especially with bringing Connolly in and everything. So, I really like that team. Number 5 seed.
I forgot about the Nuggets, so I'm going to put the Nuggets at 5. All right? Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic.
Mm-hmm.
What's not to love?
Mm-hmm. Number 5 for me is the Lakers. I think they're going to hit some bumps against the road again. I think they're a very well put together team. But it's going to be another one of those years where like LeBron just doesn't care for about half the year. Lakers are going to underperform during that stretch, but they're still going to be a 5 seed and go far in the playoffs. So
Yeah, it seems like every LeBron team has like a month or 2 point in the regular season where they struggle, and everyone's like, "Is this the year LeBron stops being LeBron?" And then he ends up turning it around, and everything's fine.
and
So,
and the
I'm
West
not
is,
worried.
the West is too good to have one of those stretches and
Right.
still finish a high seed. So
Right. Yeah. I mean, I had him 4, so
yeah. All right, number 6, if I know how to count.
6. I got
Yeah.
the Warriors as my 6th seed. I already pretty much talked about the Warriors. Curry, still the best shooter in the game. Draymond Green, great defensive player. I'm sure his numbers will peak up somehow. D'Angelo Russell, I think he's really underrated, and I mean, I'm not too sure how he's going to fit with the Warriors, but I'm just going to assume he's good because I like him, and he had a really good year with the Nets last year. So, Warriors at 6, baby.
Yeah, we talked about it in the other show, but what I really like is if they put D'Angelo Russell on the bench and have him come off 30 minutes a game. One, it saves Curry some minutes. Two, you have a very viable point guard out there still, and
Right.
going back to Curry's minutes, it doesn't put stress on his ankle, so he's more ready for the
Yep.
playoffs. So, but my 6th seed is the Rockets. I don't believe in this team at all. They have 2 really good players, in Russ and Harden. I don't know how they're gonna work again, but I don't have any faith in this team whatsoever. This team is all flash.
Yeah.
No, this team is the current Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have put him as a 3 seed. I'm pretty sure the Lakers, Nuggets, and Warriors are better. But
Yeah.
I already said it. So you know what? Prove me right, Harden and Westbrook. Let's get your careers together. All right, make me look good.
All right, number 7, Matt.
Let's go the Blazers. I mean, Lillard, McCollum, still a great, solid tandem. You got Yusuf Nurkic. You got Hassan Whiteside. You added my boy Pau Gasol. All right, that's something. And I'm sure they have other people. I don't know. Do they still have?
They don't have Rodney Hood
what's
anymore.
that dude? They don't. Oh, then frig.
I don't think so.
Get them out of the playoffs. They're a lottery team now. I'm just kidding. They're a 7 seed. They're a solid team. I could see them upsetting the team in the playoffs first round.
Oh wait, no, he is a player for the. They must have re-signed him. I'm sorry about that.
Okay, never mind. They're a 1 seed. Get out of here, Clippers.
I also have the Blazers as my 7th seed. When they trade for
right.
Kevin Love, they're going to be a very solid team overall. And no, I'm really looking forward to the Blazers. I think they're going to surprise some people this year, but still be a 7th seed if that makes sense.
Yeah, the West has a lot of good teams.
It's
all right,
so good. It's just so good.
I don't know if you've heard. I don't know if you guys have heard that, but it's.
I feel like the West has been a joke like ever since I've honestly started paying attention to basketball, which is like 2006.
The East. Yeah, East is.
The East has been horrible for years.
It's like LeBron in the West. All right. Since Kobe Bryant won his championship, other than last year, it's been LeBron versus the West. All right.
All right, and then your 8th seed for the West.
I'm still going between 3 teams. It's between the Spurs, Kings, and Mavericks.
Okay.
Spurs somehow always manage to be good.
Yeah, that's the thing. Now that I think about that,
the Kings have young talent, but you know what? Kings are out. They're trash. All right, Kings will never figure it out. It's between the Spurs and Mavericks. I mean, Porzingis, Luka Doncic, that's solid, but I'm going Spurs. All right, they got Tim Duncan as a coach now. Let's go.
Okay, so I have the Kings as my 8th seed.
Get out of here.
Little hate there. I've been a Kings stan.
Dude, I love De'Aaron Fox. I
love what the Kings have been doing. I've been like a Kings stan these past few years, and I'm all about them this year. I think they're gonna be that 8th seed team. Gets swept by the Clippers in the first round, and I'll put a little feather in my cap.
I love De'Aaron Fox. I mean, looking back, it's like, dang, we could have had De'Aaron Fox instead of Lonzo Ball, but it's all good. I guessed it worked out, even though it really didn't.
You can't hate on that Lonzo trade.
Do?
Like you have neither of those guys, in this scenario.
Yeah, it's true.
So, all right.
When LeBron's on your team, you can say bye to everyone that used to be on that team before he got there.
All right, so your East seeds now.
My 9th seed.
East.
All right, we're going to the East.
Yes.
I thought you said West. My bad.
Stop.
Okay, East. You know what? Let's go number 1 seed. Let's give it to the Sixers. All right. Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons hit a 3 in the preseason. Number 1 seed confirmed
against a Chinese team. To be fair,
He hit a
it
three.
was like a 35-foot like pull up. So like I was like, all right, that's pretty.
Dude, it looked nice. I don't know if Ben Simmons was confident on the inside, but on the outside, it looked all right. Ben, way to go.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got. Who's your number one seed?
I have the Pacers. I think the Pacers are going to be the team.
Oh,
The Pacers are going to be the
you
team
scared
this year
me.
that just really overperform, and they're going to get the number one seed this year based
Holy
off of
cow.
a weak West. And I think I really like what the Pacers
right.
did this offseason, but they're probably going to lose in 5 in the first round of the playoffs. That's always how the East goes.
I've never been scared by just someone saying a name, but number one seed Pacers, that gave me a little scare. All right.
They are the Lions of the NFL for me, or the NBA for me. All right, number 2
Who
seed.
else is? Let's go to the Bucks.
Yeah, I have the
Giannis
Bucks as
is
well.
solid. I think Giannis put a lot of work in this offseason to get better because he got exposed in the playoffs. Let's be honest. Be Giannis. I didn't mean to do that.
You proud of that one? You want to try that again?
I paused. It was good enough to pause because I wanted everyone to be like, "Oh, I get it." Yeah. So, I think that pun alone grants them the number 2 seed. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Chris
so you're
Middleton,
going to stick with that. Okay.
Brogdon. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I hate you. Yeah, I have said
Who do
the
you got?
Bucks.
Number 2.
I have the Bucks as my second seed as well. So, all right, number 3
Nice.
team. I have the 76ers. I'm still not a 76ers
Ooh.
fan, but they're still a team.
I hate the Sixers, but
I do too. Like,
good.
I just feel like every year in the
I
playoffs.
just hate Philly fans in general.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Hating
Well,
Philly fans.
to be fair, they were a lucky Kawhi game winner away from. What was it going? It was going overtime if Kawhi didn't hit that.
I think so.
So I mean, yeah, they probably should have still won that series, but it's all good.
All right, your number 4
That's all I
seed.
got. No, I got to do my number 3, dude.
Oh, my bad.
I don't know who to pick. Celtics.
Yeah.
They overpaid for Jaylen Brown, so that's cool. Jason Tatum, I'm not really a huge believer in him, but Gordon Hayward, Kemba Walker. Okay.
All right.
This is the East, guys. This is the East. All right, give me a break.
Number 4. Number 4.
For me, number 4. Let's go with the Pacers. All right.
All right, that's fair.
Oladipo's back. Hey, who else do the Pacers have?
They have. I just looked at the Pacers roster. Why can't I think about this? They have Sabonis.
They have Miles Turner,
Malcolm Brogdon, T.J. McConnell.
Oh, they got Malcolm Brogdon. Oh, shoot, that's a pickup.
Right. Doug McDermott.
McBuckets. Okay.
McBuckets. All right. So
all right.
number
I feel good about them at number 4. Nice.
Number 4 for me is the Celtics. They really overpaid for Jaylen Brown. Really overpaid for. I love Jaylen Brown, but wow,
oh my god,
really overpaid for Jaylen Brown. I think they're going to get a lot of young talent this year. That's going to contribute, and also adding a veteran in Kemba Walker, who's like 80% of the player that Kyrie is, without 0% of the drama that Kyrie is, and more willing to pass the basketball. Will be very beneficial to this team. Gordon Hayward finally has another full season under his belt since the injury, so I think we'll see a lot better things from him this year. I think Jason Tatum had a sophomore slump. We'll see, he'll definitely improve. But yeah, I like the Celtics, but I don't know how to. I don't know how to think about them.
As a Lakers fan, I mean, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing the Celtics. I mean, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing Kemba Walker on a good team for once. So that's
me too.
Cool.
Me too. All right, number 5. I have a surprise.
Number 5. I got the Brooklyn Nets.
Okay.
All right, and it's not because of Kyrie. All right, Kyrie's a solid player, but I used to like watching Kyrie. He used to be one of my favorite players to watch. But dear God, this guy needs to freaking. He is something. But the Nets have.
You don't
a lot
like
of
watching
depth.
30% shooting, Matt?
No, I don't. But did you see what he did breaking that guy's ankles?
He wears a black face mask.
This is true.
And occasionally goes off in the garden.
He will occasionally go off for 40 points, and everyone acts like, oh my God, future Hall of Famer. But let's relax, guys. All right, they're a 5 seed. They got a solid roster. Kyrie Irving is a solid franchise guy, but he's not going to win you a championship or nothing on his own.
Kyrie's a better player than D'Angelo Russell
For now.
for now, and it's basically the same roster for the most part. So and that's where a solid team last year, and so but yeah, no, I could see them as a 5 seed. I have them a little bit lower, but yeah. All right, so my 5 seed for me is a little bit of a surprise. It's the Hawks. I really like the Hawks this year.
All right.
They have Trae Young. I need to look at their draft again. They had like such a few off seasons for me.
John Collins is another young guy.
John Collins, I really like. Vince Carter is coming back for his 70th season, I believe.
Dear God.
They added Cam Reddish and DeAndre Hunter, really solid. They have Jabari Parker, who is always like he's there.
He's a bench player. He's a solid guy.
There's always a chance that he's going to be able to contribute very well to your team. But I really like the Hawks this year. I think they're going to overperform a little bit and hit 5 seed. But that's my surprise team for this year.
Okay. All
right, number 6.
I got the Raptors. I still think they're they're not good. They're not going back to the finals.
No.
All right. Pascal Siakam's a solid player. Kyle Lowry, he's
sometimes a solid player. He's good. He's fine.
I'm trying to compliment you, Kyle, but
Kyle Lowry is the definition of a fine player.
Kyle Lowry, if you didn't watch the end of the Raptors Pelicans game, he was inbounding the ball with 8 seconds left, tie game. Who does he get the ball to? I forget his name. I think it was Norman Powell. And then he just holds the ball freaking in between the half court line and the 3-point line, holds it for 8 seconds, and then shoots a terrible shot. At least get that thing to Fred VanVleet. He's a solid clutch player.
You just have to do it.
Norman Powell. Holy cow.
My 6th team, and I don't know why I have them in the playoffs anymore, is the Heat. I don't know what to think about this team. I really like Tyler Hero. I think that's a very very solid draft pick. But like, who even is on the Heat? Like, I know Deion Waiters is suspended, so like
Jimmy
Butler. Oh yeah, duh. Okay, yeah.
He's not playing tonight, but
Jimmy Butler.
Tonight's the opening night for the Heat, but he's not playing tonight.
He's good enough to carry that roster. All right. Yeah.
In the East, he's solid enough to get him to the playoffs, I think.
Okay, I don't feel so bad about that pick anymore.
I don't want to spoil it because I haven't picked him yet, so maybe.
All right, number 7.
Frick. The Heat. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't want to spoil it.
Let's go the Pistons, all right? They got Blake Griffin and Drummond, I think, still. They added Derrick Rose. They were a playoff team last year, no?
Yep.
I mean,
Griffin literally carried that team on one leg to the playoffs.
Yeah, they were a scary team if Griffin was healthy, I think.
Yeah. So and now they added Derrick Rose, who finally looked good for the first time he's always looked good, but he looked healthy and consistent for the first time in years. Add that to Drummond and Griffin, and they got something. The rest of the roster is garbage, but they got something.
Yeah, Pistons, way to go, guys! All right,
they have there's a few players on the Pistons that I like. I feel like maybe I don't know. Reggie Jackson.
Yeah, he's okay.
Yeah. Okay, Thon Maker is tall.
He's tall. He'll get you. That's at least 4 rebounds right there.
Yeah. Okay. They have
in-depth commentary.
They have the worst of the Morris brothers. He's another.
Nice.
One. Langston Galloway's a player.
He played for the Knicks.
So is Tim Frazier.
God! Now I'm not feeling so good about the Pistons.
I feel good about the Pistons. All right, my seventh team we already hit on them is the Nets.
Okay.
Once KD's back, they're probably like a 2 or 3 seed.
Well, he's not coming back this year.
Right. But yeah, no. Yay for the 7th seed Kyrie Irving Nets. And then your 8th team.
I'm struggling between 2 teams you gave higher seeds to. It's the Heat and the Hawks, but I'm kind of leaning towards the Hawks. I like their young team. I mean, Trae Young almost carried that team to a playoff spot.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it to the Hawks. And you know what? I don't even freaking feel bad about it. So,
all right.
Way to go, Atlanta. Way to have another mediocre playoff team.
My 8th team is the Pistons, so we already hit against them.
All right.
Big Pistons.
Nice.
A big Blake Griffin fan.
I don't like when we agree. It's kind of boring.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like Krispy Kreme's still overrated, but
Dude. By you saying that, it cures my future diabetes. All right, so thanks a lot.
All right. Who's your rookie of the year this year? Or no, I'm sorry. Who's your MVP this year? Well, no, let's do rookie of the
MVP.
year. Do rookie of the
Let's
year.
do rookie of the year because I don't know who my MVP is yet. I don't know who any of them. I mean, the obvious choice is Zion, but I feel like
he's
he's
out
gonna.
for 2 months.
Yeah, so I feel like they're not gonna rush him. He's gonna be more of a guy where it's like his second year. That's where he explodes. I really like Tyler Hero. I think he's a. You know what? I'm gonna go Tyler Hero. He's gonna agree
You want to
with
know who
me.
my rookie of the year is?
Tyler
Tyler,
freaking
Tyler
Hero.
Hero.
You know what? R.J. Barrett is gonna turn the. No, I can't even say it.
I like
All right.
DeAndre Hunter as another pick for rookie of the year. Who's the Pelicans? Jackson Hayes. Also Jackson Hayes, I really like as well.
Who's that dude the Celtics got? Because I like.
So there's why can I not think of Celtics names anymore? There's not Langford. Oh my God, who did the Celtics just draft? Are you talking about the guy
Carson Edwards? I really like Carson Edwards.
I really like Carson Edwards too. Yeah. I thought you were talking about.
I think if he gets enough, I'm not too sure how much playing time he's going to get this year, but if he gets the playing time, that dude's going to be a beast. I really like Carson Edwards.
I agree. I completely agree. Oh God,
stop!
Disgusting. I completely forgot the Celtics added Enes Kanter. What a yeah. Ugh. All right.
It's like Patrick Beverly, but even more unlikable. Jesus, and even worse.
But unlike LeBron, he fights for civil rights. Did you see that 10-year-old that has more of a spine than LeBron last night?
I saw that. That was hilarious.
That was awesome. Awesome job by that kid. One kid was dabbing, the other kid was fighting for human rights.
It's either you're fighting for the good fight or you're doing Fortnite dances. It's a toss up.
Why not both? Is what I say.
Ooh.
Now, who's your MVP of the league?
Oh God. It's not going to be Giannis again. It can't be. I don't want. I think now that Russell Westbrook's on your team, James Harden's going to take a hit with numbers. Who can my MVP be? Kawhi?
Kawhi? Yeah, I could see Kawhi. I have Kawhi as my MVP of the league.
Frick. Well, that's not mine. It's not mine. Mine's. Joel Embiid. That's my MVP.
Crappy pick.
Yeah, it is. Can I change it to Brandon? Can I change it to Brandon Ingram? Is it too late?
You can.
All right, it's Brandon Ingram.
Oh, that's another bad pick.
But I'm already writing it down. Brandon Ingram. I wrote it down. It's official on my notebook that no one else sees.
Besides that, I can see you now.
Hi.
So for my MVP it was Kawhi. I had two sleepers though. Blake Griffin at plus 10 or plus 10,000 on betting is something.
If someone gives you 10,000 to 1 odds, you take it.
I might put $10 on it.
Nice.
And I have Jokic as my sleeper pick as well. He's plus 1,200.
Nikola Jokic. Okay.
My
forced pick of Joel Embiid seems bad, but I think Brandon Ingram is a solid bet. So
let's look at Brandon Ingram's MVP betting.
No search results found. Frick.
Brandon Ingram MVP.
Can you imagine if Brandon Ingram wins MVP this year?
Bavoda puts odds on Brandon Ingram winning MVP. Oh, plus 30,000. Okay.
Dude, I'm just saying, if he ends up winning MVP, I need a job at ESPN.
Oh, that's from 2016.
Oh, frick. That's his rookie year.
Whatever. It doesn't matter.
They're probably lower now.
And then, so, I kind of already went over it. But did you have a sleeper team at all that you want to talk about?
I'm looking. I'm really trying. I think the Spurs, I mean, I guess they're the go-to sleeper team. So it's between the Spurs, frick.
Why does Andrew Wiggins have 500 to 1 odds for
I think
what?
Andrew Wiggins is secretly working with Russia, and this is something that needs to stop going unnoticed. We're on to you, Andrew. Oh shoot, the Timberwolves are a team. Nah, they're not going to make the playoffs.
No,
Get out
they're
of here.
not.
I was going to say, Karl Anthony Towns ain't that good.
No. And Andrew Wiggins still thinks if you could just stand in the corner, you can make it to the playoffs.
That's not right. I don't think he should think that.
All right. Well, besides the technical difficulties, I feel like this was a very solid-paced podcast. I don't know if you have anything else you'd like to talk about.
Brandon Ingram is also being blackballed from the NBA. That man is 6'3". He could be a solid point guard, okay? And he has a laser of an arm.
Brandon Whedon.
Brandon Whedon. I said Brandon Ingram, didn't I? Yeah. All these Brandons are going unnoticed, and it's making a mess of my freaking brain. But Brandon Whedon is also being blackballed from the NBA.
Is there a Kaepernick that's ever played in the NBA?
If there is, I will.
What about a Jones? Would the NBA be more accepting of Colin Kaepernick than the NFL? No, because he would suck just as much in the NFL as he would in the NBA.
Oh God, we're getting hot takes now. Casey, he went to a Super Bowl. Remember that? He went to a Super Bowl. You remember that?
Yeah. Now, all
right. This is all I'll say about Colin Kaepernick. All right.
He's not good,
but he should be. He's good enough to be a backup. But the amount of drama that would follow Colin Kaepernick being on a team is unreal. But he's still good enough to be in the NFL. And I don't know. I think some team should have took a chance on him. I
agree. I agree for the most part. Yeah.
That's all I'll say. I'm not saying he should be a starter, but I'm saying he should at least be a backup. Okay.
All right.
Talent alone.
And so I think the obvious thing to do after talking about Colin Kaepernick, which is a very mild discussion, is to ask for a sponsor. If for any reason you
sponsor us,
if any reason you would
like Audible, I see you giving out sponsorships to trash YouTube
Casper mattresses.
I will promote your trash audiobooks that I will never read, but I will act like I read them.
Get Quip on it. Joe Rogan, I will sponsor your fake your fake supplements.
Dollar Shave Club. I will shave my neck beard for you. I will shave this neck beard right now.
That might be a must.
Yeah. I don't know what else I can do.
But we will. If the money is there, we don't care.
Even if it's not that much money.
I will take $1. The things I would do for $1,
17 cents.
$1 sponsorship on this show, I would plaster for half the podcast. I will plaster your logo over the entire overlay.
Listen, $1, that's almost enough for a McChicken. All right. No, it's not.
Isn't it?
McChickens are like $2.
McChicken's $1. I don't know. I haven't been to McDonald's in forever. It's a beefy Fritos burritos at Taco Bell.
Hello.
And those
are
things
you questioning my McDonald's knowledge?
Those things are so good. Have you ever had a beefy Fritos burritos?
No, because I'm not trying.
Well, let's stop talking about these companies so they can sponsor us, and then we'll talk about them as much as we want.
Yeah, McDonald's, you're awful. I freaking love you so much.
You don't call them awful. You don't call them awful.
But I love the McMuffin so much.
McMuffin?
Don't trash the McMuffin.
I've never had a McMuffin before.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever wanted a muffin from McDonald's.
Don't trash the McMuffin until you have one.
McDonald's hash browns are top tier, though.
Oh, mama.
All right. So that will put another just great ending to
the hash browns
to the phenomenal content that we put out. So Brown Mamba Show episode 8, we're back. If you notice in the next episode, if we have the same exact attire on, it's just a different day and we just happen to match. All right. So
also, I still haven't eaten a hash brown in between episodes, so if I'm a little cranky, I apologize.
My mom's making pork chops. All right, Brown Mamba Show, episode 8. Thank you for watching.
Yeah. Bye.